Hey everyone, Joe here. It's been a while. I think last time I said that July was going to be a busy month for me. Here it is, it's November already. July was really busy. I had some family visiting, as I mentioned. Also, we moved out of the old apartment and into this new house and into the new office space here. The new Infiniwar studio, as it were. Work was busy and continues to be busy, and I also had some travel for a wedding. And in a little bit of sad personal news, my old dog Kaylee was diagnosed with lymphoma. And that's been really hard for me. I've been spending a lot of time getting her treatment, making sure she's comfortable, spending a little extra time with her, doing some projects around the house, installing a doggy door and some steps just to make it easier for her to get around. We're definitely grateful to not be on the third floor anymore, that's for sure. On the development front, I've been stuck in what I'd call UI hell. And the reason for that is that I need to make a UI system that is both easy to develop, but also looks good, and also fits the vibe of the game. And those three constraints together are an interesting challenge to solve, both on the technical side and on the sort of visual aesthetic side. And I think I've made a lot of progress there recently, mostly on building the underlying systems that are going to be the foundation of the game's UI moving forward. And that's going to serve me really well because all of the upcoming gameplay features with campaigns and the roguelike systems are going to be very UI heavy. Having all that stuff figured out ahead of time is going to save me a ton of time in terms of not having to rebuild it or refactor it later on after I've built a bunch of UI stuff. I also have some changes to announce to channel membership. Up until now, channel membership has just been a way to support the game, to support my ongoing development if you want to, and there haven't really been any perks or anything that you get out of it outside of getting a shout out in the videos. But that's going to be changing, first with the enlisted tier, and the first enlisted tier perk is going to be access to the private Discord server. A number of you have requested a private Discord server, so that's going to be available for all channel members now, enlisted tier and up. It's not very active yet, but I expect that'll change as more people hear about it. I may add a public channel for non-members at some point in the future, but for right now I want to keep it members only, just because it's one less thing for me to worry about. There's also an Officers Lounge channel that's just for fun. Anyone who's commissioned officer tier and higher will have access to that channel. And probably that'll just be mostly off-topic banter. The next enlisted tier perk is bonus videos. You may have seen a few of those floating around if you poke around in the channel videos. No promises on the cadence of these, and I'm not planning on paywalling any content that I think will be generally interesting to channel subscribers. This is going to be more of an island of misfit toys for videos that are more specialized or only interesting to certain groups. Some examples of the existing members-only videos are, there's a video where I go over creating a pitch deck for Infiniwar. I had some publisher-adjacent folks showing interest in seeing a pitch deck for the game, and I thought it would be an interesting exercise to put one together. I was pretty proud with how it turned out, visually at least, even though it does have some shortcomings in its role as an actual pitch deck. There's also a link to the deck itself at the end of that video if you want to check it out and see what I put together. There's also a long video that's a walkthrough of the new Testbed Build, and the purpose of this video is as a sort of walkthrough / tutorial for playtesters. And this video hints at the next big perk, which is actually a huge deal. For any members that are in the NCO tier and up, you now have access to what I'm calling the Testbed Build for Infiniwar. So what is the Testbed Build? Importantly, it's not a game, it's not the full game for sure, and it's not even an early access version of the game. You can think of it more as a rough, janky, prototyping, sandbox, toy box build. If you're looking for a meaningful, coherent gameplay loop or anything like a polished experience, you're going to be disappointed. So, should you become a member in order to play the Testbed Build? Probably not, honestly. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't involve a whole lot of jank and rough edges, and you want to get a chance to play with some of the low-level basic gameplay like map generation, unit, combat, stats, movement, objective capture, and powers, then maybe it'll be something you're interested in. And as always, you can become a member if you just want to support the game, or especially now if you wanted to help out with Kaylee's medical bills, I'd really appreciate it. And speaking of membership, we have a few member announcements to make. We have a new member at the NCO tier, Chilky, I think that's how you pronounce it. So welcome to Chilky. And then also we have 2 members receiving the 1-year service medal, which is just crazy to me. I can't believe you've been supporting the channel for an entire year. First Lieutenant Trieg Black Tiger receiving the 1-year service medal, and also Major General Gomen Snana receiving the 1-year service medal as well. Guys, thank you for supporting the channel for an entire year. That's honestly just a little bit crazy. Maybe go get yourselves checked out. But really, no, thank you. Sincerely. Thank you so much to all my channel members. Major General Gomen Snana, First Lieutenants Trieg Black Tiger, Ryan Grill, and Esposito Adam, Staff Sergeants ALX 2079 and Lisa Parrott, and new recruit Sergeant Chilky. Thank you all so much for supporting the game. Don't forget to wishlist Infiniwar on Steam, and thanks for sticking with me to the end of the video.